Welcome to Saving Grandad's Farm with me, Sean-Simsyt. Hi guys, and welcome back to Saving Grandad's Farm with me, Sean-Simsyt. So, the sheep are quite happy. It's still day 1 in August. Still continuing on, close the noisy door. So what are we going to do today? Well, we've got the silage camps over at the PJ, as you saw yesterday. And we need to make some money. So I'm thinking of cutting this field, getting rid of it. It's going to be a lot of grass work to start off with. But this field in the near future, 95 here, I'm thinking of ploughing it up and putting a crop in. So we're going to take this field, we're going to get all the grass of it. It's quite a large field for the size of mold we've got, but we can get it done. And then once we've mowed it, we'll windrow it up, and then we'll use a forage wagon and collect it all and get it over to into the silos at the BGA. So we'll get this tractor fired up. We'll get the tractor fired up and we'll get over there. We have still got, oh, we still got hay. Right. And I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. For some reason the sound was intermittent, so I just hope it isn't, the recording hasn't picked it up. I've still got this horrible nasty cough. Can't seem to shake the cough at all. I'm just wondering where to stick this here. We'll put it here, next to this tree. We need to invest in a wheel loader anyway, or a skid steer, or a telehandler. I'm not quite sure yet. I'm still getting that intermittent noise. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to time lapse me cutting the grass, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. So that's the moment done, ladies and gentlemen. Now we just get the windrower and windrower up, and then we can get it loaded into the trailer, into the forage wagon that I've left in a terrible place. I'm not sure. Do I put it in my silage pits, or do I? I'm on the side. Do I put it in my silage pits? I suppose if it's over the biogas plant, I don't have to then transport it. Hi guys, so now we're just slowly making the swaths for the silage clamp. Well, it is getting on a bit. It is 4:45. Sorry, 5:05. Not reading the clock properly. And yeah. The reason behind putting it over at the BGA, I think I touched on this earlier, is, pardon me, is for the simple fact that when unloading into the BGA with a wheel loader or telehandler, whichever route we decide to go down, you know, it saves train back and forth. Obviously, if it's in my clamp, well, you know, we're gonna struggle to move it over. We're having such a small, forage wagon. But you know, there are trails available that we're gonna look at. And also, I heard there's a lot of there's going to be coming up a lot of fertilising contracts. Now, as in the previous episode, rules are rules. Make it a little more interesting and more challenging. So we're going to look at buying. First things first, we're going to have to buy a flatbed trailer of some description. Maybe not flatbed, maybe just like you know, like the in-game one. I can't remember this now, but you'll see. I'll touch on it briefly. You know, and we'll put that on, and we'll also get some bags of soil fertilizer, and we can just go field to field. Well, obviously power is an issue. This tractor, I think it's 105 horsepower it's got. So obviously we have to be very aware of the power output of the tractor. But yeah. I think what's interesting about Greenlands and what drew me to this map was the fact that it enables you to have that ability to use smaller equipment. Obviously quite a lot of hilly terrain, etc. But also you've got that massive area just in the distance. You see it just, if we just zoom out slightly, that massive area like there, where we can and you know, in effect build a city if you wanted to. I mean, the plots are fairly inexpensive. They're not overly priced. They're not cheap, you know, but they're not, you know, they're not overly expensive. From what you return from them, you know, so that's a route we can go down. I think with a lot of maps, like the creators porting them over, if they haven't been freshly created from scratch, which I understand is a lot of work, you know, but if they haven't been ported over by a few, for example, No Man's Land, you know, Calm Farms or Calms Farms, I think it was. And if you haven't got maps like that are massive open places, and a lot of the forest maps too, I think you could probably apply this to, like with the Giants, with the bringing the production line in, which I think is absolutely amazing for consoles. I mean, yes, PCs had it for a while, you know, you've had the ability to make certain products from certain things, but I think you know, I think Giants have touched on that. Seasons, meh. Seasons, I don't really. I mean, they've did it, but there's so much more they could have done with seasons, and they've sort of restricted themselves to the bare minimum. And again, you know, my biggest gripe is FS13, FS15, FS17, even FS19. You've always been able to give your cow silage. It's always, you know, it's always been a thing. You feed the cows the silage, and for one reason or another, they just haven't this time around. You know, they haven't implemented it. I don't know if it was an oversight, I don't know if it was on purpose, you know. No one knows. But for a long time, you know, for all the games, you've always been able to feed your cow silage, and that's what I did, you know. Like now, like I'd have mowed the grass, we'd have been doing what we're doing now, we'd have been, you know, making windrow swaths, and, you know, exactly what we're doing now. But I would have probably sold the excess to the BGA, you know. I'd have looked at it and think, right, well, we need this much for this long. We've got second cut coming shortly, you know, so this is going to last us that long. Then the same second cut, right, we need this one for third cut, you know. And that's how I always did it. I mean, Spectacle Island was, you know, a crazy one for like amount of time, like 1 million litres off a field. And so that's a bit more, you know, if you got the if you played with seasons and got the fertilisation right, and also massive precision farming, if you got that right, you know, you're in the money for that field, you know. I think it's something like 5 million litres of digestate from just cutting that field, you know. It was crazy. But again, you know, like that had its own challenges, Spectacle, you know. You had to log all the trees up the field, and I mean that was interesting, that one. Every time press the record button, the phone goes ding ding. See? Every single time. So yeah, we're gonna get this field windrowed up, and you'll next see me when I've got the forage wagon and we're cutting the grass. Hi guys, welcome back. So it is now the 1st of September and it is 8 o'clock in the morning, and we have our first bit of wool by the sheep. What does it say there is? There is 5 litres of wool. Come on sheep, we need your wool. he's sleeping. Even though in real life animals don't like that. If you walked in your field and saw this and that one, yes, fair enough, they do that. But if you saw this, you would seriously think. Yeah. Sheep are known for getting themselves stuck. I was when we were walking with my father. We used to have two big Dobermans as children, and we were walking them. And what we did was always next to the sheep pasture. I was grass is growing again. And I was with my father, telling me to hold the Doberman's leads. And he hopped over the fence. I said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Back in a minute." And I was about, I think, 5 or 6, and he'd seen a sheep that was toppled over on its back and couldn't get back over on its own, so he went and rolled it over and then ran off back to the flock bleating. But you know, nowadays, I don't think people nowadays would do that. You know, like obviously my father grew up. His father owns. Was it? No, he didn't own. I think his father worked at a farm or something. My granddad came back from the war, and I think he'd made friends while out there, and I think they'd offered him employment when he come back. I think it was like he was a farmhand. So my father grew up around the lifestyle. Unfortunately for me, he became a paint decorator, my real father, so but I didn't follow him in that. Me and my brother followed our father in his creative endeavours. My brother works for a huge company. I don't know if I can say the name or not, but he works for a huge company, and they supply cement for building sites and building companies and building etc. So he's a plant manager. I call him plant operative, but he assures me he's a manager. We're in the bush, get out the bush. And myself, I'm a tipper driver for a agro company. We both worked in the trade, me and my brother. For several years, we owned a I wasn't successful, but it paid the bills. We owned a loft cultivating company. So we'd be the two guys that turn up your house and convert your loft for you. We did it for a while. But due to my brother having a baby with his partner, he needed a more sustainable income. So he went off to work with her father, and then the company that he now works for had bought another plant, and it was offered to manage that plant. But yeah, I've done many a job. I've done lots of different jobs over my 30 years of employment. Started off in a pizzeria, making pizzas for customers. I then went and worked in Sports Direct. Where else have I worked? Some Sports Direct, pizzeria. I then enlisted in the army. I then left the army and me and my brother started the venture of the loft fitting. He then left. I was in flying behind him, folding the company. Well, not folding because they just ceased trading. Then I went on to work in a warehouse for Tesco's, and that's where I met my now wife. And she was a transport liaison operator manager, and so she had a group of drivers under her, and we had some children. She went on leave, and a good friend of ours called Mick, I don't know if I can give his surname, but a good friend called Mick, he told me to come down to the training centre. So I went down the Monday, and at first it was just cleaning the trucks, you know, maintaining them, getting them ready, checking for defects and stuff, reporting the trucks, and to get your HGV license, and that'll just be a job for you. And that's what I did. I got my license, and I've never looked back from tip work. You know, it's very demanding work, long hours. But the guy I work for is very nice. Anyway, enough about me and my past and future endeavours. We've got this field to get get collected up. Then we've got to compact the silo with this super lightweight tractor, and then we want to get it covered up, get it fermented. I'm just hoping enough to fill that silo, because I know the silos you have to have like at least 10% in it. I mean, it's all profit at the end of the day. But I said that now we've gone in that first phase of September. There's gonna be lots of jobs. And I think we're going to go down the first fertilisation route of fertilising fields. So I'm not sure what to do with this field. I would like to get a plough and plough it, and maybe get a crop in. But I think we're going to need the plough until the end of winter, so like February time. And then hopefully by when I have enough. And I don't want to really stagnate and just say, oh, we'll run this tractor, I'll run that tractor, X, Y and Z. I mean, as long as we can't trade this tractor in, you know, we can't trade up. Because in reality that's what you do, you would trade up. But yeah, we don't want to be stuck at this level forever, you know. We would like the bigger fire wagons and the bigger tractors and the bigger, more setups and the bigger windrows. I mean, we don't need it, you know. We're not. I'd say this is a handy size for our farm. I'd say the equipment's just right for the power of the tractor, but just some points there. I mean, like, we're bogged down at 3 miles an hour. So I definitely think we'll be marketing for a new vehicle in the very near future. And if it's a second-hand one used, maybe. That's what we haven't checked it, have we? Let's check the store together. So we've got the Roundland Bill Wagon, which is the automatic. The Schafer is still in the store. The only problem with these ones is it? Yeah, it's one of them with the pin front. I don't really like that. Yeah, so there's no tractors in yet. But you know, we'll be looking. I sort of know what tractor I want next. It's just if it becomes available or not. I'd say I would like to see brought back the modern classics. They were in 19, and me and brother did. We didn't record it, but we remember we did a little series between ourselves, and I think we were on. I forget the name of the map. I was out yesterday. It was the one Dagwin did is Greenwich. That was it, Greenwich Valley. I knew I'd forget it. We were on Greenwich Valley and we did. Basically, all we started off was one of the tractors at Monoclassic Pack. So I think I went for the JCB and he went for a. I think it was a case. I think he had a case. So he had a case. I had a JCB. We had a moor reach, a baler reach, and a bale wagon. And we saw each night went on. You know, it was just a bit of friendly brother competition. And we said we'd run it over X amount of days, and you could buy certain fields to a set of farm, and you can't top actually. You can't top. He was running the server. He was sneaking on. Right, now I went too far down. Yes, we make little lumps. What we should have done was put it. No. Where are we going to put it? 63 is really. We'll just sort of hang our tractor there. Should be a creep out of it. Yeah. And we'll load it there. I say when we eventually drive over it, it will get compacted down. That's it. We're gonna get the grass in there. I'll probably see you when I've compacted it and flattened it. I'm not sure if this tractor will carry the compaction kit. I don't think it will. But yeah, we definitely need to upgrade the tractor. Obviously, a lot of the equipment has got bigger since Grandads trusted New Holland. What is for mods like, you know, the indicators, and even on the indication stick and the lights all work. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. It just really does suffer. It doesn't like hills. I think in previous games, if you'd have played, you know, 17 and 19, I don't know if this map was out at the time. I think it was just a 19 map. Yeah, but if you'd have played this in, it was 19 only. Yeah. If you'd have played that game and this tractor, it was still there. It didn't have these same. We didn't have that weight thing, you know. Which, you know, it's all improvements. You know, in real life, you know, it's a simulator. Are they lean towards more simulator? Or is it more simulation arcade, you know? And that's the developers, you know, they've got to decide what they want. If they, you know, I think they leave that up to the player too. You know, you could play really hardcore, and you know, you could do everything as you would if you're working a real field. But I think they also give you that option of they give that option of, well, you could just, you know, leave it fun to play, you know. Like, I've played SnowRunner, and that's rage quitting. That's how, you know, that's how tricky SnowRunner is. I'm sure it's good for, you know, friends, but to play the career mode by yourself is just The vertical missions are fine. It's when you've got to really delve in and you got to retrieve this trailer and retrieve that. It's just like, are you mad? You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna get that out of there. And there's no one shooter fits all in Summer Army. You've got to have different, you know. I think once you get past the stage of the bigger wheels, you have the, you know, these ginormous wheels of the tracks, the track vehicles. So I think as soon as you get to that stage, you know, it becomes a lot easier. But starting out, you know. No, but what if you know, what if you had the physics of snow in this game, you know, or mudrun even. You know, many times you've seen Jeremy Clarkson get stuck in fields with his tractor. I think Tom did too. I'm sure Tom Pemberton, when he had the Case IH, was it the Case IH he had? Or the Case Maxim? And he had to be pulled out because one of his tractors had become stuck. And it does happen. In the wetter climates where the ground isn't as good at absorbing the water. I mean, Tom and his dad do a brilliant job, like getting in fields to where they are now to keep as much water off them as possible. Speaking of Tom, yeah, is his farm going to make an appearance? I think it's everyone's wish list. I was speaking to a couple of guys. We were on CDP's Discord, and the question was put to like, what would everyone like to see? And I think I would be interested in Clarkson's farm. You know, but instead of having the field numbers like you do now, actually have the names of the fields. You know, and that's for like all consoles too, not just for no PC. For all consoles, have the names instead of the numbers in the field, or have the numbers and have like a index, you know, with the name fields on. Yeah, I think that's something interesting. I don't know if you can do that, if you could change the names for the fields. I think that would be interesting. I know Calvin, I'm gonna say Fletcher, but I'm not sure. I know Calvin Fletcher just started a farming channel. But he's getting, you know, it's been dubbed a Jeremy Clarkson route off, but I don't think it is. I think, you know, I think you could only ever really do a farm and start a farm if you have the money to back it, and I don't think that, you know, not many of us have that. We don't have the ability to back it. Every single time there's a button, a record button flashing, the children will find something to ask questions about. So we're gonna unload this. I'm gonna get the rest of the the grass collected off screen. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit. Oh, what are we there? I didn't even see that car there. Yeah, so we're really shrinking this track wheel. I'm just thinking that what's the train of thought now? Car's putting off. Ah, that was it, yeah. Forestry. Now, this map does have the sawmill, just a bit further down the road. and it does have the carpentry. Now if we just quickly go to our sell, I don't know there, we're not selling wheat, Sean. If we look at the furniture at the supermarket, planks are going for 2,300 at the carpentry. Furniture is 2,000 and it's per 1,000 litres. You know, is it worth doing? I think the money maker is definitely fabric. And it's definitely the clothing. You know, you always have that one thing on you always have that one item on Farmers Summer. I think 15 was silage, I believe. I think, you know, you definitely made your amount of silage 15. 17 was sheep wool. 17 was definitely wool. I'm thinking 19 I'm thinking was cotton and maybe horses. I think, yeah, 19 was definitely cotton and horses. Yeah. 19 was definitely cotton and horses. I think the interface too is a lot cleaner and crisp now. I like the blue. I think it's been orange before, and there's been other colours. You know, but it's progression, and you know they've got a roadmap. I think it's season 1, year 1. Oh, what did I press there? Don't know why I pressed there. I think it's season 1, year 1. You know, and they're gonna. I mean, I looked at the new pack. I didn't buy the season pack. I was going to, I didn't. And while it is leaning towards, you know, the new vineyards, olive vines, you know. Just looking, a couple of tufts here and there that I missed. Wait, fish some fertilised? We are going to get some fertilised on that eventually. Yeah, but it's into the new vineyards, and I think that is you know, I think it's great. I think productions are great for console player myself. You know, I'm sure the other console players will like it. I think it's absolutely fantastic that we've got all these productions in place. It'd be interesting to see, you know. I was speaking in Mr. CDP's Discord, and I mentioned what productions other people would see, and I said, what about like a meat production, you know? So like, not to be glory, but like, you know, I have like the cows and the pigs and even the sheep, and do like a, you know, a finishing farm or a feeder farm, you know, or a farm to play, you know, sort of thing. So yeah, you have the animal, you rear them, you fatten them up, and then because obviously you have the weight system of the animals, you know, right? Well, we'll take that one out, we'll have that one out, we'll have that one out. Turn the abattoir. You get the animals you put in, you get the boxes of meat out, and then you take the boxes of meat to the butcher, which would be the final sale point. You know, you don't have to make it gruesome, you don't have to make it horrible. I'm just wondering. I mean, I've started committing myself now. We are committed. Anyway guys, I think we're going to leave it there. next time you see me, we'll start compacting this and flattening it down, and yeah, I'll see you all again very, very soon.